Okay, it has been a minute. It's really been a minute. I don't know what's been going on, guys. I've been in a tad bit of a funk. As you can tell, you can usually see when I'm in a funk because I don't post YouTube videos. I have a bunch of footage from like the past few months that I've been hanging on to and literally not even trying to edit. That's the situation there. Do these earrings go? Maybe we should do like pearl. I just have a lot going on in my life and everything just seems far too overwhelming at times to even like be bothered. You know, like I just can't really even be bothered with it. That's kind of been like the vibe lately. Life is overall good though. Milk Boy was telling me about seasonal depression here and how it's like really bad, and I'm like, oh wait, like that makes a lot of sense because yeah. Do these go best? The pearls don't always work. These always work. I don't know. It's just been like a tough go at it as of late. I've been reading. That's so good, guys. I am currently reading The Bell Jar. Holy crap, I can't even tell you how much she is me. Like, I don't know if you've read The Bell Jar, but it's about Esther. She's got a lot going in her brain. Like, she's smart, but she hits kind of like a plateau when everything kind of just drops off, and then she's at an impasse and wait. Spoiler, skip ahead if you don't want to see the spoiler, but, or no, it's not actually a spoiler, it's just like what the bell jar meaning is, like the symbolism of the title, and it's beautiful. It's like she's trapped in a bell jar of her mind, where like she is viewing the world almost as an observer, but not a participant. She is trapped in a bell jar, suffocating in her own air, and just like under the pressure of like the bell jar is like a wall built by like societal expectations and depression and the kind of like overwhelming options that we have in front of us, and like nothing quite seeming like it's the right path, which also kind of ties back to, I don't know if I was talking to you guys about this, but Hume and how like no, not Hume. Who am I trying to say? I've been reading a lot of Camus and it like really feels like I finished The Stranger, and then Sisyphus, I read this one page on like page like 17 or something like that, and I literally can't get past that page because I read it over and over and over and then I get bored. But I'm 3 pages from finishing this and I read it in like literally like a week. It is so good because I just resonate with her so like perfectly. Like she'll say something and I'll be like, me. But like also I feel the same way with Camus, but this is more on like a real girl scale, I guess you would say. I've got major gas. Major. I don't know, I think it's really good, and it also isn't one of those like, well, her story, Miss Plath, is a tad bit sad, actually. Maybe that ending is not so happy, but, and like, if you kind of read it, you would kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. Again, I'm 3 pages from the end, so it could take a twist, still. Nonetheless, so far what I'm gathering is that there is sort of like a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's not like this huge, like, treasure of like clarity and joy and happiness. It's just like the bell jar lifting up, and like the realization that like everyone is in their own bell jar of one way or another, but like, you know, the bell jar can lift up sometimes and it can be a little bit different. It could be maybe like a little bit I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this book is so good and I literally resonate with her like so hard, and it touches on some deep things. Like there's definitely like death in there, and there's like suicide in there, and like all of these things, but it's like such a good book and I love it so much. Like it's incredible. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have a whole bunch of them. I think I'm gonna do Notes from Underground. I've been really into philosophy lately. Well, if you know me, you know that I have always, that's always kind of been my vibe, but now I'm just like getting more into reading because I need to get out of my head. I'm too deep in my head. The bell jar is stuck on me, but like not quite. Like it's still a few inches. Like I was in the bell jar fully, a tiny bell jar like a while ago. Like you guys know, maybe like 3 years ago. Now that's over. Now it's like suspended halfway. It was previously like a couple inches above my head. Now it's about suspended halfway and it feels like it's going down. So I'm like, let's read and get our mind off of it. And apparently the books that I choose to read are just like, this one has an interesting start though. I'm a sick man. I am a wicked man, an unattractive man. I think my liver hurts. However, I don't know a fig about my sickness, and I'm not sure what it is that hurts me. Oh! This is our next one. I'm still seeing Milk Boy. We're still seeing each other casually. I don't know. I hang out there all the time, but it's just like, it's a weird dynamic. But we're homies, like, but more? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I don't know the... Let's talk. So this is also part of the struggle of reading Camus. Like we know things are meaningless. Like we know that. It's not like we are like trapped under some like, you know, locked in pair of rose-colored glasses. Like obviously things, we have to give them their own meaning. Like of course you can subscribe to a certain philosophy that, you know, implies its own meaning of the world and existence and all of these things, but like ultimately there's no meaning, because I think there's like an inherent disconnect between our understanding of existence that can just not quite be connected. So it's like everything is meaningless. Nothing matters, and that sounds so sad, but it is beautiful. And that's like the thing, like everyone hates on Camus because he's like, it's meaningless, blah blah blah, but it's like, no, he's trying to show us the light at the end of the tunnel. It isn't meaningless, and that's the beauty in it, like the absurdity of life, and just like facing the absurd and like standing there and looking it in its eye every day at everything you see, every word you hear, every word you speak, everything you look at, everything you meet, everything you encounter. It is just absurd. It is like absurdity in our face, and we just have to like break the box that we're put in and just like accept it and live within it. And then at that point we have the ability to like denote our own meaning into the world. We have the ability to like create whatever meaning that we want to serve or that we want, I think, is the point of that. And it's like really, like, yeah, it's like hard to read sometimes. Sometimes it's sad, but it's like, is that not what we think anyways? Like, was that not what we were all thinking and just not saying? Let me just redo this page because it's like, again, I just can't get past it because it's so good. This is like really truly encapsulates how I really feel and have always felt about things, but it's like put into words. I'm cramping. I've got major fart cramps right now. A step lower and strangeness creeps in, perceiving that the world is dense, sensing to what a degree a stone is foreign and irreducible to us, and what intensity nature or landscape can negate us. At the heart of all beauty lies something inhuman, and these hills, the softness of the sky, the outline of these trees, at this very minute lose the illusory meaning with which we had clothed them, henceforth more remote than a lost paradise. The primitive hostility of the world rises up to face us across millennia. For a second, we cease to understand it, because for centuries we have understood in it solely the images and designs that we had attributed to it beforehand, because henceforth we lack the power to make use of that artifice. The world evades us because it becomes itself again. That stage scenery masked by habit becomes again what it is. It withdraws at a distance from us, just as there are days when under the familiar face of a woman we see as a stranger her we had loved months or years ago. Perhaps we shall even come to desire what suddenly leaves us so alone. But the time has not yet come. Just one thing, that denseness and the strangeness of the world is the absurd. I'm like, whatever that thing is in your mouth that makes you vibrate and like makes the words come out of your mouth, ripped out. I literally just like sit there and read that over and over and over. It's like, because you know that TikTok trend or whatever that was going around, not trend, but like that, you know, the lamp. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you're suddenly everything that you are supposed to want or have is in front of you. Like, your life is on paper seemingly ideal, and you're sitting there in your living room and you're staring at your lamp, and your lamp just starts to look funny. And I think that's exactly what that is describing. It's like it all looks funny. We've all clothed these things and these like artifices that we're looking at with like some sort of like constructed meaning, like an implied meaning that we don't even understand, like because it's not there. And it's like, you know, you see these beautiful trees and water, like the things that you love most in the world, people, everything, and you're looking at them and you're like, that's a part of the world, that's a part of the universe, that's a part of existence, that's a part of this beautiful journey of life. And them looking funny and like meeting the absurd in that object that you're viewing does not take away any of the beauty of their existence. But he uses the analogy of like a curtain being drawn from a stage, and like that's what it is. Sometimes the curtain just falls and you're faced with reality, with like the absurd. Like you can be looking at a tree and it's like, oh, it's this beautiful thing, and then you're looking at a tree and it's like, what the fuck? It's just a tree. What the heck? What the heck? That's like the whole point, I think. I did a very terrible job of explaining that. But essentially, it's like all of these things that have always looked the same to us, and they've always meant the same things and always felt the same one day for just a glimmer of a second, or for some people much longer than others, or for some people that's always what they are, but they just lose that quality about them and they become just like an interface in existence. And it's like suddenly your veil is just gone. Like the rose-colored glasses are just gone. You're just seeing it. You're seeing it for what it is. Interesting. I don't know, but I've always thought about that. Maybe I'm in a funk. And my milk boy, he's like, you need to read less sad books. Like you need to also mix in some other stuff. Which is why I mixed in The Bell Jar. Because it is like philosophy, but it's like a story. But so is The Stranger. And they're both kind of dense. Not dense in the sense that they're difficult to read, but dense with feelings. So yeah, maybe I should try that. Yeah, I feel that right now. I feel like the stage curtain has fallen, and I am really deeply feeling that right now. But that's the whole point, is we're supposed to accept it for what it is. Weird. 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 I don't know, guys. Life takes all these turns and these twists. I am like in a million times different place than I was literally like 8 months ago. Who would have thunk, right? Who would have thunk? Yeah, here we are. We still have each other, barely. I know I've been really bad. I know I've been bad and I've not been posting, but we still have each other, I promise. And I'm always looking out for you guys. I'm always thinking about you guys, the people that do watch these videos. But I don't know, it's just been a tough go at it lately, but I'm trucking along. I've got a lot of crazy things happening in my life. It's definitely a journey. It's definitely interesting, but it's life and it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be okay. I'm trying to take up hobbies, like reading is the only hobby I've taken up, but I've recently purchased a pair of running shoes. I think I'm gonna try to start running. I hate running. I hate it. It's torture, and I think that people who, there's a certain type of frickin' crazy that you have to be to just love running. But I figured, what do I have to lose, right? I already have high cholesterol, right? Why not? Why not? My feet already hurt. Why not? Why not? I walk like, I don't know. Anyways, tonight, what's on the docket? We are going to go see Ananya. We are going to go out to eat at somewhere that apparently has like the best chocolate cake ever in New York. I didn't tell her that I hate chocolate cake. What am I gonna be? I'm not gonna be some sort of like fart muncher being like, yeah, no, I don't like chocolate cake. Are you kidding? I don't dislike it, I just don't like it. That's okay, we're allowed to not like things. Guys, fuck, I've got the shivers. If I'm being real with you guys for a sec, I low-key think I may be sick. Awkward, really hope that I'm not sick. I really don't have the bandwidth for being sick right now. That would really suck. That would really blow, guys. Here's the thing. Sickness happens. My grandpa just got his appendix out. Yeah, he couldn't initially get it out because he had like an abscess or something leaning on his colon, so he couldn't get it out. But then he had like another episode, so finally enough time passed and he could get it out. That's kind of the situation. He's in recovery now. My mom is doing okay. She's gonna have her surgery soon. I've been thinking about my grandma like a ton lately. It is quite difficult. It's quite interesting. It's like the weird thing about death that like, I don't know, I'm probably crazy or whatever. I am crazy. We've established that. But like the weird thing about death for me is it's like I have all of these things in my life that produce such a visceral reaction. Like, for instance, not to get too deep, but like everything has different, I don't know, everything has like different feelings, but like some things just like you feel like should be eliciting way more of a reaction and they're just not. Like, I don't know what it is for me with death. Like I don't grieve in the way everyone else grieves. I think about it and I stew and I mull and I get sad and it's tough and it sucks. But like, I'll just lay in bed and just like cry myself to sleep sometimes about it. Like, it's not like I was sitting there dry heaving, dying every day after it happened. I just think about it all the time and it's just super sad. Super sad. And it's like the worst when it's so sudden. It's not the worst, it's just like, you know, it's all the worst, but like so sudden, like you don't expect it, you know. 67 years old, and then I don't know, but it's like, okay, that won't give me a reaction, and then I'll go through a breakup and I'll literally for like the first 4 months every day will just be like sobbing, literally like vomiting because I have so much sadness. Like, I don't get it. I've got a lot of issues that I need to work through, and I've got a lot of therapy that I need to do, but I just don't. I just don't. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be watching me. I'm in a mental place of turmoil, sincerely. But that's the thing. It's not that bad. Like, it's not... Here's the thing, though. That's one thing that I'm bad at. It's like, just because I've faced depression before, anytime I'm not like that, like I'm not feeling like that, I'm like, oh, I'm good. No. There's different versions of things. And you have to just, like, realize that and accept it and be like, dude, just because you literally don't want to live doesn't mean that you are okay. That's something I need to kind of work on and accept. So, do we like this jacket? It doesn't really fit the vibe. I don't know. Things are just tough. Things are just really tough. I just wish things weren't so tough sometimes. Does this even match? Yeah, that does the job. Things in life aren't always easy. In fact, most of the time they're quite hard, but you have to just accept and process and keep going. And it never ends, but it's beautiful. I think I'm too upset to talk to you guys right now. I'm gonna be in like the mood killer. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go meet Ananya before I have a panic attack. Oh, I'm doing dry January. Dry as in no alcohol and no weed. But I did do a little bit last night. But here's the thing. It was CBD. But it was in the bowl that was like heavily used by not weed. And pretty sure I got a little bit high. And also, like, anytime I'm with Milk Boy and he's drinking, I'll take like a couple sips. And I had a spritz with Lauren on the 6th. So it's like parched January. That's what it is. I don't know. I gotta go. What time is it? 7:40. Oh boy, I gotta go. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna run late. Okay, bye. Okay. It's so fucking easy. Oh, it has that. It's our anniversary, but 1 year. 1 year. One year. Is it recording? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna put it all together? Oh, yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh my gosh. That would be so good if they were chocolate covered. Yeah, that would be. How is it? Is it really good? That's good. Have you okay? Is that the one? Okay, let me get you a perfect bite. That was pretty exciting. Was it? I had to make sure you got everything. I feel like I got a lot of marshmallow. Guys, isn't this so cute? Celebrating our anniversary. Right. Oh, they put a real carrot on it. Oh, it's real. Yeah. Everyone's excited. I love it. These have like crackers inside of them.